It's about seizing the opportunity presented. It's about turning this twist of fate into their favor and running with it all the way through Anubis, our deciding map here in our deciding game for the playoffs of the Copenhagen Major. Only one of these teams will survive the next hour or so as we go into this third map. This is where G2 yesterday, after dropping the ball on Vertigo 8-1 up, losing that map, getting overconfident, took it all the way to Anubis, and they owned Ecstatic. But this is no Ecstatic. This is Virtus.pro, who have wins over Na'Vi on this map. Well drilled, well practiced. It may even argue that G2 is a favorite here, but there is never a time to count VP out. Certainly not in map 3 of a barn-burning series. G2. Can they grab it by the horns? Got an A-pop. Nexa alone for a moment. Nico, Hunter moving in, and VP about to explode. Oh, what a smoke.
VP are going to play through it. They're going to play ahead of it. Straight through into the site, but Monacy will deliver on the dualies. Couple of missed shots for Nico, but not for Nexa. He makes quick work of Norbert. Hooksy's flank will get located. They're trying to deal with him now. Hunter's giving chase. And G2, they want to assert a bit of dominance here, but a plant will be found.
This bomb can go down, but the flank is so quick.
Mir dead instantly as soon as he's off that bomb. And so Nico will be that final player up on the board to find the pistol for G2.
On the CT side as well, right? We see a lot of teams struggle to get comfortable in this half of the map. VP making all the decisions, and one of them will include buying up in the second round. That bomb plant makes it so. G2. Breath of fresh air. A new lease on life. After an Inferno closes at the final moment. And they're going to pick it up and run with it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they only find out truly about how they win that last map at the end of the game, right? When they leave the booth and they get their phones back and just flooded with messages. And so they now need to seize this opportunity. Virtus.pro, meanwhile, it's all about building back stronger. Nico over here in mid, toe-to-toe, and blow for blow with Mir. Man advantage taken for G2 up against this force buy. They successfully lock Virtus.pro out of middle.
Feels like a really risky play to make when you know that VP are going to have rifles and definitely defaulting and holding mid. But somehow G2 get out, all the better for it. 4-on-3, forcing VP into a bomb site. It is undefended, underguarded, only Monacy at the back.
In a good position to deal with this, but they can cross out through Ivy into the site, and so he'll start to pull back. Oh, the timing is weird for Monacy. They've just gotten out. G2 have pushed through A main. They know that this is going to be B. So Monacy, as he hears that plant go in, he knows the site's been lost. G2 arriving through dark. They're going to wait for Nexa and Hunter to be in position, to be ready to react.
Can't be too steady, but you can be too slow. That Molly at a perfect time. Doesn't cut anyone off. They go right through. Lots of damage for Nexa, but unable to reposition. There's two players where that came from. Only Norbert now. He's been a monster in this series, but it will go no further in this round. And G2 getting hyped. Converting on that force buy.
Easier said than done, right? Especially as VP find their way to a bomb plant. You say that Norbert's been a monster across the series. He really has, and VP will need him more now than ever. He nearly gets the ball rolling on that clutch, so at least some good early signs from Norbert. On this map yesterday, when we saw Monacy get his first AWP out, he hit the ground running immediately for G2. Very different team today in VP, but I want to see if he takes the same sort of aggro approach once he starts donning it on this CT side. Great nade to find damage onto Jame early.
very spread default here for VP. G2 in the middle of the silence. Take some control. They clear out B main. That pieces together some information. Where are VP outside of A with a double setup? G2 keep their eyes on mid for this split, and it is inevitable right now. nexa running back, lets the MP9 go off, and nexa, who had trouble at the start of that ecstatic game we just mentioned, he's given support in this important round. VP running on the line. Put pressure on nexa now, but that smoke will stop them in their tracks. They have to go back to middle, wait for this split to materialize. m0NESY got to have eyes in the back of his head, swiveling between two positions. nexa gets a far better one, but he makes noise. He's got to give it up. They're now really buttoned down in this bomb site as this mid-split starts to move in. 20 seconds now or never.
He just leaves the angle. He's going to go back to check for middle, but up close, he deals with Mir. Nice flick down. And with the mid-split mopped up, it's all eyes on Jame. nexa will get rid of him.
That's a crushing blow. VP do everything they can to make that unpredictable by leaving it to the last possible second, letting those mid players play first. m0NESY misses the timing, but something says turn back around. Both kills clinical, and no chance for VP in these two quasi-buy rounds. Now comes the full, but even then, it's missing util, it's missing the orb. Can't afford to miss the opportunity. VP go for a bit more pace. All outside of A. That just screams they're going to be executing early in this round. nexa again put to the task.
Test for nexa. Flash gets him off the angle. nexa able to lend a helping hand, but only for that one. nexa, good opener. Can't quite find Mir, but he buys enough time for m0NESY to join him. And so nexa keeps up his good performance from Inferno. It's just Flit left with a minute to play with. Not at the end of his tether yet, but as he walks back, HooXi's aggression here will get the better of him. And right now, G2 are doing a good job of pressuring the extremities here. And a lot of these rounds, they've had HooXi leaning out towards long over at B, locking that side of the map down, getting the info from it.
I mean, just with how this game is starting, it does feel written in the stars for G2 to be winning it, right? CT side Anubis, 4-0 lead, everyone looking good, saved by the bell. VP, a wacky economy at the start of this map, unable to really even get close. And nexa in a 1-for-1 position swap on JKS. He's had a lot of trouble, nexa, in this site, in this position. Has at times been a liability. We've seen already nexa double up with him very early in the rounds, plenty of times to assist. And if nexa is going to make that redemption arc that he began on Inferno, that was snuffed out near the end, what a time for that to rear its head. 4-0, another hero AK for VP off the back of a pause. And they need to start singing. They need something to start celebrating.
Every bone in your body's just wanting VP to dust themselves down and pick themselves back up here and be competitive in this third map. Like, you don't want it to end like this.
Very early days, of course. But it is a good sign for G2. They are not floundering on this opportunity. They are, without a doubt, making the most of it. Looks like a B hit, but they're just trying to put the pressure on A early. m0NESY here this time. Missed shot. Faves AK lives to tell the tale. It can come group in dark as they set up B. Third smoke in this position used. VP accounting, are you? G2 will have to do something. They'll have to double up somewhere soon.
Great nade. Fame immediately rejects that AK, passes it down the line. Virtus.pro, they get one man in. Mir makes it past the players in main, but not for long. m0NESY has his number in the head-to-head, and Flit struggling to get involved from down in dark. Jame picked off. This m0NESY AWP is singing early on. m0NESY is shining. 9-2. And with just Flit left standing, it's only a matter of time. 1v5, trapped down in dark. He's getting pushed through main and mid. Holds on for the first, but can't withstand the double push.
G2 really are just playing to win right now. They're making a lot of moves. Some of this B aggression that they've done early in the rounds when VP have been defaulting. The fact that they popped through the mid smoke in round 2, or when VP have Galil's forced. G2 are throwing everything they've got at VP right now, and we have yet to see an answer. The captain, no kills. Fame, no kills. VP, no rounds. Nothing to show for it. This is their best buy yet, number 6.
Yeah, G2 are bringing a high level, and VP look deflated.
Without a doubt.
You can't even blame them. That's the worst part. But we always praise this team's resilience, man. That's why I'm hoping that there can be something here. Nexa with an aggro play out through main.
I love it. Now, they have heard it, of course, VPC double smoke. They know exactly what's going on. But this is still going to be a very delayed round where G2 can eventually give this up. And VP have so much stuff to clear. They can't execute into another bomb site. They fear a stack with this amount of control taken. So VP have to manually check everything here, and Fame will drop in to do so. Luckily, G2 have abandoned this position. He was full blind on that dropout rugs. 5v5 still at the minute mark. Not for long. m0NESY's in middle. Go with a jiggle. Again, backing up Nexa on this site.
All right, VP up to their usual tricks. They repel that A play. Now they're spreading back out across the map, leaning over here towards B, where Jame popping in that left side sight smoke, just applying a little bit of pressure.
Bomb going A.
Will move back over and rejoin his team. They even blow this smoke open. Norbit wasn't there to take contact on the spam. That keeps G2 paranoid about the B play. They even bring Nexa over. So this A hold falls to just one player in Nico. Now that you've seen Flick coming out dark, you'd bet your bottom dollar that this is the B play, but the true nature of the round was always A for Virtus.pro, leaving it down to the wire. The bomb dropped and gets away from VP. They chase the Heaven player, and this is a last-second plant. This is a very VP round. This could be them trying to bring themselves back into this game. And it's all eyes on Fame in the clutch, up into the heavens. Oh man.
Come on.
Dropping down. Fame, they're running at him, and they're going to overwhelm him. VP cursed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is the worst bug in the game right now, that you can't jump around, on ledges sometimes without it, pushing you back. There's no mistake made by Fame. It's the perfect play. It's the only way to win the round, to get behind G2 rather than just being rushed in the site. And the game says no, he can't jump up. VP, it feels not meant to be. And what more can Fame do? He breaks his silent streak, double opener. And nothing to close. G2, one step closer. Flawless map so far on a very difficult half. But G2 are not making it look difficult. They are making plays, they are making moves. Another aggressive setup. m0NESY goes through the dark smoke. G2 feeling invincible right now. You can just tell. Exuding confidence. Nico catches Mia. That flash does nothing. Falls short. m0NESY, easy shot. And a 5v3 as the dust settles. Low and slow for Virtus.pro. Back into an A walk.
Jame here is the next man in. We'll reclaim one of these, but they're going to keep pressuring him. Tries to get out with the bomb. Jame actually goes back in, and that's his downfall. Nico secures the kill. And with just Norbert left, it's another one of these impossible clutches for Virtus.pro. Oh, cleanly done onto the first man.
It's Nico, though. mollied himself as well. Nico will happily take this fight heads on.
All right, another one from Norbert.
Okay.
Oh, Norbert, so close, but Modesty there, able to stem the bleeding, able to stop Norbert in his tracks. There's no doubt that Norbert, given this all he's got, he has been across the entire series. And the fact that we're even having to entertain that 1v4 is wild.
That's probably been the biggest takeaway from VP. It's just how sick Norbert's been playing. He wants that stage. Virtus.pro haven't been on a stage in over a year. In front of a large crowd, in an important playoff event. It's just not happened, not had the opportunity. And it feels like right now it's getting ripped from their fingers. Scabbing as we speak. (7-0), 4 Tech 9s. I want to see some life from Virtus.pro, an aggressive round, a pace change. But is that just playing into what G2 want right now? They've had perfect protocols at the start of these rounds. Getting early util damage. Some nice A-main nade Molotov combos. That's an aggressive beast smoke will land up here where Norbert is. Signals that G2 are going for a play. Usually it's the CTs who feel constricted on Anubis. G2 are boxing Virtus.pro in. What a change of tune. At the perfect point in the day.
Through dark, the Tech 9's trying to close the gap here. Trying to play into these closer ranges, but flashed in to set up Hunter. Now run down Flit as well, so the dark component is cleaned up. Oh, this one's free, but he lets him go. He wants even more. James not content with just the one. Deals with Modesty, now he's got that AWP. And they know about this second player. He's playing the long con, playing the long game, gonna try and join up with his teammate in through middle. Mir brings the bomb in. Norbert lies in wait, and they have just toyed with Nico throughout this entire round. Nexa still pinned in over at the stairs, can't move a muscle. Huxley's got to be that first point of contact. Mir gives one over for free. They chase down this man at the stairs, and Norbert is punished. James got to do this alone. 1v2 for James. First contact. They're feigning that it's going to come from main, but in the meantime, Huxley's crept all the way up and onto the bomb. James can't be in two places at once. They're still applying all this pressure. Huxley now sticking the defuse, and a missed shot from James AWP.
Oh,
it's very close. Huxley just about gets it.
Oh, tense. But G2, no reason to worry, no reason to be stressed. What a beautiful interplay between Nexa and Huxley. If anyone oversteps, goes a little bit too far, Nexa jumps that gun. If he doesn't bait James out with a jump and dies, that gives James the option to stop that defuse in its tracks. And you just don't doubt James in that 1v1, but crunched into a corner. It's a metaphor for Virtus.pro in this map right now. Nothing to show for the success across the last two. Never seen VP crumble like this, but it's absolutely understandable. Is there anything at the end of this half, or will Monacy continue to light them up? He has to bail. The molly forces that decision. Through the smoke instead. Monacy plays up close. He's got to be careful. They come right through Mir. That flash doesn't miss this time. It's a follow-up from Nico. Bomb is still left back, so James must retreat for it and just go for this desperate B hit. They've never gotten in.
Flit faking, and he's done a good job. He's brought Nico over.
Oh, perfect.
Full blind. James opens up the play into the B site. It's only Hooksy here.
They've got to do it.
They're actually moving away. They're backing up on this. This is kind of wild. What? They want to go rejoin Flit? Surely not.
Just checking the flank, making it look like it is that A player. It should still be a B end here. It's only Hooksy in position. If he gets his kill early, he can pivot and try and stop that bomb from crossing, or just live for the retake. Options are open now as Hooksy takes that opener. He hears them come through. Hooksy looks for more, and Norbert denies, opening up a path for the plant. Can VP do anything with this? They have to, here and now.
Yeah, this has to be where they leave at least a mark on G2. Nico creeping up through the spawn. Norbert in a good position to deal with this. He's got teammates who can swing on him after this contact is taken. Norbert wants to take the fight to them, goes swinging out, and that gives up the man advantage and this 2v2 to G2.
Like
James from main, posted with the AWP, the tap on the bomb. Fame's feeling the pressure, does go and check it, sees no one on it, but Nico with the kill to that AWP in main now leaves all the pressure on Fame down in dark, gets them off the bomb, and Fame will lock in the first round for Virtus.pro. Eludes capture in dark long enough to take it to time. And it's time for VP to start stringing some rounds together.
Yeah. Now
go on a little streak towards the end of this first half.
And this is wild. G2 look like they're made of metal, right? Just the way they're playing these late retakes, the cohesion. There's no desperation, there's no panic. It's of course enforced by the huge lead they have and the confidence in that. But this looks like a different G2 than we've seen in every other map of the tournament. Playing to win. And VP, destiny tells them they lose. Can they subvert that? Can they fight for survival? m0NESY should be an easy opener. They get very close. He goes wide, and finding Fame back to the site.
No attempt at the trade, no chance for it. And now the m0NESY's repositioned going into this A site is a terrifying prospect. Mir sneaking out through mid. Camera's smoked. Will he call their bluff and try to move through it?
Has to. Can't rely on just this run through main. Re-smoke comes through, Nico back turned. Mir popping through, blinded. Nico will fall after nothing. And Norbert entries in the meanwhile, so VP, a runway. Open for landing. Bomb will plant and G2 will save. Looking for scraps at the end of the half. 4 is all they'll be able to amass on T side. But like we always say for VP, it will be enough. Gonna be the hardest comeback that maybe they've ever had. And I think if VP won it, it would truly speak to the mental resilience of this roster. There is almost no expectation. There is almost no way they can win this game. Yet they try.
Yeah, they do it there by getting past the two top performers for G2. No small feat. And a nice, confidence-based play for Mir where he just plays through the camera smoke as that A hit's coming in. Trying to get everyone pumped up.
Difference is here is G2 are fighting for the front, right? They've been just trying to stop games from slipping through their fingers. That was overpass, and at a point that was Inferno. They materialized the comeback there. And they need to deny one here. Eco on those two felled players. G2 have a little bit to work with, flashing these pistols through mid. No flash, actually, just dry contact. Oh my goodness, caught out with nades. Mir in trouble, hides in the cubby. It's still a trade out for Nexa, and they amass a push off of B. VP speeded up.
I wonder if he heard the footsteps there in top mid of the B push. If he did, that's a lot of info for VP to react to. So they'll move very swiftly into this A site. Nice. Flit fighting back at main.
Ooh.
Huxley should be able to catch him here. Do G2 want to go for this? I mean, they're far removed. A good bit of time has ticked off the bomb already.
They're buying next, but yeah, the positions are unenviable.
So this is nice from VP, 3 in a row as they try to build back in. And so, you know, we've talked a lot to the mindset of this VP squad, the resilience of the roster. I think it's going to be interesting because you imagine as the captain and the guy who has a very defined way of playing the game, that's usually come from Jame. But this is one of these instances where it feels like it's going to have to be his teammates picking him up, showing him the light and helping build back into this. And they are, slowly but surely.
I'm excited for the prospect of James CT AWP because we've already seen how mobile Monacy has been in this map and how many different openers he's provided. He's picked a main, he's picked dark in front of the smoke, he's gone for mid angles. There are so many options for opening picks, and Jame, he's not just the brain, he's not just the brawn, he's really quick on the AWP. And he has flicks that almost rival Monacy's, so maybe there's hope there. VP holding on, looking for a 4-round T side.
They can find all 4 down at the end of the half. That's at least something to look forward to, something to feel good about. G2, they want to do everything they can to keep VP down in the dumps. neeko falling back off the mid angle right as Mir plays through those smokes. It's an up-tempo A-hit. Monacy lines up a double, but there's the response from James AWP. Waiting to see him get going. Can this be his round while Mir waits to cut down, rotates? VP actually call off the A-hit for the time being.
Wow.
Jame, hello!
Psycho.
Walking through the main smoke. And now Mir in middle is very valuable. In position, was meant to cut these players down as they rotate in. It's gonna have to be Jame on this AWP.
Smoke is a problem. Jame tucks in an upper flip, plays behind the smoke. James gone. They line up, and the pistol might just do it for Jame. The captain puts them on his back, and 4 kills in the final round of the half. 4 rounds for VP. Maybe reason to believe. G2, a slight ball dropped, a slight bump in the road, but tires still on the wagon.
Yeah, look, it's not a fantastic T-side. It doesn't take a genius to work that one out, but it's the fact that they take them 4 straight. It's the fact that they look more like themselves. James making plays like that. Even the collateral to close finished with the Tech-9. G2, meanwhile, they're feeling the burn a little bit as VP, who are looking deflated, like this was going to be a runaway victory. Well, now there is still some fight left in them. The G2 move on to the T side. If they win the pistol, they're right there. They're at the finish line. The only task would be crossing it.
Hey, I'll just say it. We've already seen G2 lose an 8-1 lead. How about 8-0? I think whoever loses today is going to be absolutely crushed for different reasons. But not everyone can be a winner.
Nexa lining up the util. They're just going to quick pop out through main Nor, but clinical on that first. Puts the advantage in favor of VP, and now they tee up for a retake. 5v4, G2 with a plant, Virtus.pro moving across the map, trying to box them in. They're going to go looking for these main fights. G2 are set up here heavy. It's a 2v3 over in main, but Flit turns the tide. First kill found. James been spotted and dinked on that first peek, but he gets a lot of info from the swing. He sees that everyone for G2 is out at main, and there's a smoke on Mir.
Oh, he's missed this. Jame playing really late. Oh, taps for Monacy. Get him off the bomb. It's Jame on a flank. It's too little. It's too late. It's up to the stick and the smoke, and they're spamming him out. G2 find a pistol on top, and the hype.
Bro, Glock is working like a turtle, bro.
From Huxley, the kills from Monacy, and the destiny of G2 is top 8 in Copenhagen. What a save from Monacy, that turnaround. Jame plays it to perfection on the flank, but they're taking fights in front of the smoke, and Monacy hits every single one.
Even in these rounds, G2 are very cautious. Never certain what VP are up to here. Team that do sometimes throw the money in and try to play that early monetary game. So you got to treat it like it's a rifle round if you're G2, and they take it slow. Their eyes set over here towards B, and with a mid stack for VP, they won't be in the right place to put a stop to this.
Done. 10 rounds. Pack it up. G2 put a bow on it with an execute. Final flash laid up by m0NESY, and in they go. There is no resistance. There is no hope for Virtus.pro in a full eco round like this. That top 8 awaits the potential of a playoff run. FaZe seized it earlier on in the day over complexity. G2 rounds away from that reality.
So nice from m0NESY. Lovely little transfer as he's topping the charts for the G2 squad.
And he's played excellent in this game. 21-6 is absolutely a solo carry, but I think the difference here is it's felt like the team play has been really good for G2 in this map alone. The way they've closed out clutches, stopped Jame in that A-main play. I think as a unit, G2 have just looked indomitable. And for sure, when m0NESY is doing this, that certainly makes your life easier, but I think even just to call this a one-man army would be disingenuous to that CT side that G2 just showed us. Can he or they keep it up? This round might spell the end.
They're 4 strong in the right place this time as G2 look to muster up another one of these fast B plays. Virtus.pro have got everyone here. Norbert and Jame kills the piece, but the trades are found. Mir back of the site, lots of damage done, and Hunter, while he's going to get the bomb planted, he'll go no further than that. A multi-kill from Mir keeps VP above water for now. A very lengthy journey ahead of them, one that is going to be a real uphill battle on the CT side. But a well-founded stack, a good read out of Jame for how that round was going to look. It's a nice way for this to start.
Yeah, it's a really good call. I mean, G2 come in with bonus round, and VP know that. They saw the MAC-10s, they got farmed, and so they know that G2 are just going to go for a pop. It's the best play to make. If that's not stacked, G2 probably have an even kill post-plant. And anything is possible with retrieved rifles. So 10-5, VP plod on. The tension in this game. You can feel it. Near the name main, taken at the same time. All these Molotovs used. Deep temple smoke as well to stop that rotation, but it's all a farce. G2 are going for this B hit. Norbert's about to find out. It could be nades out. m0NESY unscoped at the moment, misses that timing. Norbert gets a big amount of information. He sees the bomb there, and look at VP shuffle on the minimap. They're rotating spawn. They know it's coming. It's inevitable.
Smoke in towards main. That at least slows the roll of G2. Virtus.pro actually go back to A rather. They're thinking this might be a ruse. Jame will fully commit to the rotate now. Mir the same. They start to pull bodies over. Will this be too late? Jame removed from the action. Ooh. You need a great hold from these two players responsible for the site. Jame watching from the cross. 20 seconds left. Oh. m0NESY responds. m0NESY replies. That AWP is not missing right now for m0NESY. Mir and Fame. Rough spot to be in. And as Mir strolls up into a lost bomb site, 1-on-3. He knows there's no win in this round. There's no redemption here. It's G2 all over. As these back-to-back B hits since getting onto the T side net them their breakthrough round. The money of VP is gone. With this save, they can look to put something out in the next round, but it's going to be missing some of those bells and whistles. You won't have James running an AWP. Not if you want as many rifles as possible, and so this could be the beginning of the end for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and when you think of this game in the future, I think all you're going to consider is the heartbreak of this matchup. But at the same time, G2 seized the opportunity with both hands and have absolutely run over it. Even though VP clearly affected by the way that previous map fell. G2, they have run wild. 8-round CT side streak. VP get a couple, but they're back on the chopping block. And that blade is held up by a thread. Hooksy here to order that guillotine. And it feels hopeless for Virtus.pro.
James has dropped the AWP, so that's something to look forward to here on the CT side. Why does he want to take it early? Just backside B for now. And with how often G2 have looked to end there, you can't blame him. Monacy's been a monster. He so often is on Anubis. He's a huge part of why this map is so strong for G2, and so him being in this form, it's making a world of difference. Main taken as Nexa moves in. The Mollies tee him up to take the space. James will get the opener. All brings out over in middle. G2, this slows the roll of the mid play. This A split gets that much harder with the presence of James Orp. They're creeping up. They're making good time and good space to get into camera. Me having to watch both spots.
This is still rather uncomfortable for VP right now with that pick. They sneak through the smoke. Fame doesn't know where to look, and no kill has been offered up to James. He announces his presence with a blind shot and a blinder of a round for G2. Puts them right there in Heaven's Gate.
Just one round away from saving themselves and locking in a top 8 performance at the major at bare minimum. A playoff run. And after how they won this, with them going to the playoffs, you want G2 to look good. You want them to justify that spot in the arena. We always say big stage players, big stage team.
Yeah.
They're going to have to show that.
And Monacy has just been such an outlier in this tournament for G2. Even at their worst moments, he has lifted them up, put them on his shoulders, no matter the weight. And we might not have to wait longer either. It's one more round for G2. It's the inevitable entering the arena. VP, one final go at it. Everything they need but fate.
James trying to make an aggro move on this AWP, but he's flashed off the angle as Hooksy nullifies this main control. Fame still stays up there. James actually still floating around, so they want to keep the pressure on. And James looking to walk in Monacy's AWP. It's a standoff for this main control. And it looks like VP are going to try push the boat out a little. They take a swing here. Missed shot from the AWP. Jame and Fame in tandem get away with a killer piece. And they lock G2 out of the main control. neeko dead in middle.
Such a micro move from Odyssey had such graphic implications there. He just moves off of the angle. Jame moves in, and that allows Fame to swing, and there's nothing Monacy can do about it as he walks back into the AWP. It's a drop in the bucket, or even a drop in the ocean. But it is water nonetheless. VP surrounding Nexa. And nothing he can do but die. 6-12. No second chances.
Yeah, it's got to be a flawless game from here on out for VP. One misstep, one big Monacy round. And that pipe dream of a comeback is over.
Yeah, this would be comeback of careers. Even though the round differential isn't massive.
Low econ round, but they make sure Monacy still gets that AWP. And with good reason, a rare flub onto Jame in main in the last, as you say, that little micro move, massive implications.
Oh, he didn't check. He didn't clear it. And Hunter, haircuts. VP shaved down to 3. Destiny desires G2 in the arena. And they are answering the call.
And if Monacy is able to keep up games like this, you have a very exciting player going into that arena. You have a very hot AWP with a proven track record here across the major. You get neeko up there on the stage. Maybe that lights a bit of fire underneath him. After what has been a pretty underwhelming major from him so far, that would be the time to prove it. That would be the time to show it. So just 3 players left between G2 and that trip to the Royal Arena. And Hooksy looks to make it happen. Jame runs into the waiting AWP. And VP's time, VP's chance of playoffs in Copenhagen is over. G2, they capitalized on the crazy hand that they're dealt. And they will lock in a top 8 placing here in Copenhagen. G2 are going to the playoffs.
Yeah, unbelievable game on that third map. VP broken into pieces, and Monacy, man, this guy is not Ilya the kid. Monacy is the man of the house.
Yes.